In this video lecture, we will discuss about waterborne disease. Waterborne disease that are mainly caused by pathogenic microorganisms. These pathogenic microorganisms, they will transmit through contact with or consumption of infected water, in which the diarrhea and the vomiting are the most commonly reported symptoms of waterborne disease. Waterborne disease that is mainly caused by bacteria, viruses and protozoa. Introduction. Waterborne disease are caused by pathogenic microorganisms that most commonly transmitted in contaminated fresh water. These pathogenic microorganisms, they are commonly transmitted through the contaminated fresh water. So this waterborne disease, that is mainly this infection that will start from the water. Somehow the persons will come in a contact with this contaminated water and ultimately that cause the waterborne disease. How this infection come to the person? Infections common results during bathing, during washing, drinking, in preparation of food. While preparing the food, we require the water. When we add those kind of water in the food and we prepare a food, and ultimately we will consume this food, ultimately that can cause a waterborne disease, or consumption of the food that is being infected. So the infection common result during bathing, washing, drinking, preparation of food or consumption of food that is being infected with those things, pathogen. So these are the common microorganisms that cause the disease, which are waterborne pathogens, that includes protozoa, bacteria and viruses. They are the most common to cause the waterborne disease. We will discuss each in detail. First we will see waterborne bacterial disease, an illness due to the infection with bacteria contaminating the water supply, that is known as waterborne bacterial disease. A disease due to the infection with bacteria contaminating the water supply, that is known as waterborne bacterial disease. Waterborne bacterial disease that includes cholera, typhoid and gastroenteritis, that we will discuss each in detail. First we will see cholera. Generally what happened, cholera is infectious disease that are caused by the organism that is Vibrio cholerae. That disease causes severe watery diarrhea, which can also lead to the dehydration and even death if it is untreated. And this disease is mostly spread by the contaminated water, and this disease is most common in a place where there is a poor sanitation. Where there is a poor sanitation, this disease is most common. Now we will see first how it is transmission take place of this disease. Transmission generally means that the disease is transmitted through contaminated drinking water. While once in a contact with a contaminated drinking water, this disease is transmitted. Causative agent. Causative agent means the pathogens, this pathogenic microorganism that cause the disease. The organism name is Vibrio cholerae. The bacteria name is Vibrio cholerae, which is responsible for the cholera. Symptoms that is observed such as infection in small intestine, large amount of watery diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration, muscle pain. These all are the symptoms of the cholera. Dehydration means excessive loss of water due to vomiting and diarrhea. Due to the vomiting and the diarrhea, ultimately there will be the loss of the water, excessive loss of the water from the body. That may lead to the dehydration. And generally what happens, if the exposure of this bacteria, the symptoms will start from 2 hours to 5 days after the exposure of the Vibrio cholerae. Diarrhea leads to the severe dehydration. Dehydration ultimately may result in skin turning bluish, also wrinkle hands and skin, that can be also observed. Diagnosis can be done by stool sample test. We have to take a stool sample of the patient and the test is done, and also it can be done by rapid dipstick test. Okay, rapid dipstick test itself says that rapid means fast, dipstick means generally a kind of stick that containing all those a kind of stick like this, and it has some kinds of material that has been already stick, and we have to dip this stick onto the solution and that will give the result. So it can be diagnosed by the stool sample test and rapid dipstick test. Treatment can be done by using the antibiotics such as zinc supplement, doxycycline, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, oral rehydration treatment. This all are the treatment for the cholera. So this is what all about the waterborne bacterial disease cholera. The things that we have to remember, that is the transmission, it can mainly comes in a contact with a contaminated drinking water. Causative agent that is responsible for the cholera, that name is Vibrio cholerae. Symptoms, then the diagnosis can be done by stool sample test and the rapid dipstick test, and the treatment can be done by using the antibiotics. Now the second waterborne bacterial disease, that is typhoid. The typhoid mainly transmission is due to the poor hygienic habitat, and it is also it is transmitted through the contaminated drinking water and also flying insect that will feed on those stools, and ultimately from this stool that will come in a contact with the food or by the water. So generally this is how it is being transmitted. The mostly it is transmitted due to the poor hygienic habitats. Causative agent that is responsible for the typhoid, that is Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi is responsible for the disease typhoid. Symptoms, that is body temperature will rise slowly. From once the infection will start, from slowly it will rise the body temperature, and the fever fluctuation are seen. There will be this fluctuation in the fever that has been seen. Then headache, diarrhea, swollen of liver and spleen. Sometimes red spot on the chest is also been observed. On the chest part, that is a red spot has been observed. Generally what happens, sometimes people with the typhoid fever develop a rashes that is known as rose spot. Rose spot or a small red color spot on the chest, that is red spot on the chest. Its diagnosis can be done by Vidal test. Mostly the typhoid is diagnosis done by the Vidal test, and sometimes it can also be done by ELISA, that name is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. ELISA and also by the Vidal test, diagnosis can be done by those things. Treatment, the most commonly used antibiotics such as ampicillin, chloramphenicol, amoxicillins have been commonly used antibiotic. The treatment can be done by this antibiotic. So this is what all about the typhoid. Third waterborne bacterial disease, that is gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis It is also known as infectious diarrhea. It is also known as infectious diarrhea, in which there is an inflammation in the gastrointestinal tract, the stomach and the small intestine. They may lead to the diarrhea, vomiting and abdominal pain. The transmission of this disease is drinking water contamination. Okay. Causative agent that is responsible for this disease is E. coli, Salmonella species, Shigella, Campylobacter jejuni. That is, Campylobacter jejuni is the primary cause of bacterial gastroenteritis. So, this is the primary cause of bacterial gastroenteritis. Symptoms that we observe, that is diarrhea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fever, inflammation of intestine and stomach, bloody stool. So, these all are the symptoms of the gastroenteritis, in which the vomiting and the diarrhea are the most common symptoms. Okay, and the another, that is inflammation of intestine and stomach. There will be the inflammation in the intestine and the stomach. Diagnosis can be done by stool sample test. We have to take a sample of a stool of the patient and then we have to examine. So, diagnosis can be done by, for that we have to take a sample, that is stool sample we have to take. Treatment can mainly done by oral rehydration treatment, antibiotic, intravenous fluid. In gastroenteritis, generally what happen, most patients with gastroenteritis treat their symptoms at home only and they fully recovered within the day to week. So, this is what all about the waterborne bacterial disease. In that we have seen, it is first we have seen the cholera, typhoid and gastroenteritis. The causative agent responsible for the cholera, that is Vibrio cholerae, for the typhoid, that is Salmonella typhi, and the third, that is for the gastroenteritis, the primary, that is Campylobacter jejuni. And then we have seen that transmission, how it is transmitted mainly, that is by the come in contact with a contaminated water. Then we have seen the symptoms of that. In that, the most important thing in the we have to remember for the typhoid, that is red spot that is being observed, and for that the diagnosis can be done by the Vidal test on the enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. And for the cholera, diagnosis can be done by the rapid dipstick test and either by the stool sample. And then we have to remember the treatment can be done by the use of antibiotic. We have to remember the name of the antibiotic.